Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 141. Are we good? Yeah, all
Why are
right.
you putting me all the way back there?
I was giving you room to slide in with style. Okay. It's episode 141. This is our draft preview special. So the draft is next Friday, which is cool. It's always exciting to add new flyers. And then after that, training camp, or rookie camp. So we'll be there for that. Okay, so before we get to the draft, there was something else you were supposed to remind me of. Ottawa. Sorry, I'm
I
old.
was like,
Yes, so before the draft, let's talk Ottawa. So,
Yeah.
rumors have come out this week, and frankly, I've heard rumors from writers and legit writers that Flyers and Ottawa have been talking for a while now.
hockey honestly sounds like middle school. There's a bunch of rumors, so I'll follow
Yeah.
them. And
Some of the guys online are legit. You know, Charlie O'Connor's there every day. Chris Mayer's at camp all the time. You know, some guys, you know,
you can believe them.
yeah. And then some guys are just, you know, like to get tweets and everything. But whatever. So, you know, we're there a lot. I've never claimed to be an insider. But I do believe that Ottawa and the Flyers have been talking. It makes a lot of sense. Ottawa has a lot of talent, but clearly they couldn't put it together last season. And sometimes when you have talent, but you miss the playoffs and stuff, you need a chance. Your chemistry is wrong. So Ottawa could use players like Scott Lawton for sure. Maybe they want to add a TK. I don't know. I mean, they have scoring, but you never know. There's rumors that there are number one picks in play. Chychrun, which makes a lot of sense for Flyers because both Danny and Keith Jones have talked about adding defense, even though I think Drysdale and York and Sanheim, if healthy for Drysdale, I think are a good core and one day Bonk, but I think he's still a little ways off. I could totally see. They've talked a lot about building from the net out, so I could totally see Chychrun or another defenseman from Ottawa being on the radar.
And where is Ottawa?
Ottawa is the capital of Canada.
That's what I thought.
You weren't there. You were in Toronto, but Ottawa is. I can't describe it to you where you would know. But Ottawa's in Canada.
Okay.
It's on the eastern side of Canada.
That side.
Yes. Okay, just north of us. So I believe that. Now trades get talked about all the time. Sometimes they leak out, sometimes they don't, sometimes they happen. But I would not be shocked whatsoever if we made a trade with Ottawa. Now that also affects a lot of the draft. If we pick up the 7th pick, if we pick up a defenseman, if we pick, then what we're looking at in the draft changes. So my point of view on the draft is there's one guy who's great. The top 3 is kind of set, I would think. We're picking 12. So, to me, a lot of the guys that's going to be available between 5 and 12 are similar in upside level. I think there's, I mean, you never know. Anybody can develop into a star. But I don't think certainly don't think there's a Hall of Famer. I think there's a guy that might make an all-star game or two, but I don't think there's like a regular all-star. Yeah. We'll see. So I wouldn't take a defenseman with 12, especially if we pick up one from Ottawa. But even when not, I think the team needs a center or another forward.
Yeah.
So obviously, if Tim Dickinson for some crazy reason fell to 12, absolutely, or I just think the 2 or 3 defensemen that I really, really like will be gone by the time we're picking at 12. And it's not worth moving up in the draft to get them. It takes assets to move up. I don't want to give up assets. I mean, maybe if the 7 comes back for TK, of course, picking in the top 10 is not bad, but I just don't think there's enough talent in this draft where it's like, oh my God, I got to go get this guy. There's just not, other than number 1, there's not that player in this draft for me. So I kind of focused on, again, I take Dickinson. I'm interested in the guy from the Hitmen, but mostly I'm looking forwards. Okay? So obviously, Jerome McGinley's son. So your godfather was a big Calgary Flames fan, and Jerome McGinley was one of his favorite players.
Which one? Huh?
Uncle Joey.
Oh, Uncle Joey.
Was a big Flames fan and loved Iginla. So I watched a lot of Flames. Iginla does have a reminder of it. He plays with an edge, which of course would be big in Philly. I do think there's something to having your dad played pro hockey. You kind of a little expect it. Doesn't mean it always works out, but I do think that's a nice edge. The guy can score. He can play flat. I love. So he's of the people I think that could be available at 12, he's my number one pick. So then we got, hang on, I'll make sure I got my list right. Oh, Berkeley Canton from the Chiefs. Duke can score. Another WHA player from out west. Can absolutely put the puck in the net.
Yeah, I want to see some goals this year.
There you go. Speaking of that, I also love Cole Iserman. I know there's some knocks on him, but then again, there's knocks on anybody who's going to fall to. I don't know if. And the weird part of this draft is any of the guys I mentioned that could be there at 12 could also go at 5. Like it's even if you read like the scouting reports from like the experts like Bob McKenzie and Craig Button, Central Scouting and all these guys, they all have like they're all up and down on the numbers with some of these guys. But Cole Iserman. So Cole Iserman's, full disclosure, usually I watch a heck of a lot of minor league juniors, Canadian junior stuff. This year I mostly watched the Knights when I wasn't watching the Flyers or the Phantoms because we had 2 prospects there. So again, not a draft expert. Usually watch a lot of hockey and a lot of different teams. I spent more time watching the Knights this year, so this is mostly based off YouTube, which is always just the highlight videos and stuff like that. So
I remember when me and Alicia, we used to watch, so a game would happen, and then we would watch the recap and math the next day.
Yeah. So these ones have a lot more recaps off of this year's. Last year's draft, I did a lot of studying because I knew we were picking high for the last 2 years. This year, it's,
We
plus
totally did our work in math.
Draft isn't as exciting. You still got an A. That's my kid.
AAB.
Yay. Iserman. So Cole Iserman. So he's the one I've seen them play the most. American kid. So since I guess Simone Gagne retired, this fan base is crying, get me a sniper. Well, here you go. This kid's a sniper. He doesn't. I don't think he has elite speed. I think he has very good speed. I think like his first step could be better. He also obviously doesn't play great defense. But a couple of things. I know this fan base is always 200-foot play. Sometimes you just need a freaking sniper. Now, doesn't mean you can't develop his game. It's also what you're asked to do. This kid is on national teams, junior. This kid has just been asked to score. Doesn't mean he can't develop his defensive side of the game. He's certainly got the IQ for it. That's, he's got more years. He's a kid. He could develop that side to play in the NHL. And I'm not worried about him developing that side. But that natural-born goals, talent, scoring he has, the kid could score 40 on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So I'd absolutely love Cole Iserman. Then I have 2 other ones. My dark horse from the Ottawa Generals, Beckett Seneke. He's big. He's 6'2". He's a center. I would love to see us pick up another center.
Yeah.
He greatly improved from last year to this year. Like you could see massive improvement. That's great. He's projecting the right way. He's still a kid. He's sort of my dark horse. I sort of see him being ranked higher on a lot of boards, like 15 to 20. But at 12, and if some of these other guys are gone, he's my guy that I would take the chance on because I think there's better upside. And then the last one is the Finnish kid, Helenius. Another center, although he plays a little wing too. He's 18, playing in the men's league over in Finland. He is scoring at a clip that is one of the all-time great for an 18. Yeah. I mean, like Barkov, like really well. So honestly, although I fully admit I have never seen him play other than highlight clips. Yeah. There's something I really like about this kid, and if we ended up with him at 12, even though he probably will go a little higher, they'd be great. So I'm hoping for a center. We'll see what happens. Certainly a forward. I think we're kind of good on defense, you know, and I do expect an Ottawa defenseman to be a Flyer before the draft or at the draft. Danny had a press conference this week. See, here's my thing with this draft, and Danny said you can move up, you can move back. This draft just doesn't have the guy where I'm like, gotta go get him. And therefore, I'm not giving up assets really to move up. I think there's a quality player at 12.
Do we know the date where hockey season starts?
No, preseason. They released the 5 preseason games. That's in late September. They have not released the NHL regular season schedule yet. Should be any day now. Yeah. So that's it. That's our draft preview special. Please leave in the comment who you would love to see the Flyers take at 1, or just what position you'd like to see them go after.
I think they should take Dad. Actually, no, Yurny would give
out. My guy, Honey would give out in seconds.
Yurny would give out.
Once upon a time that would have been awesome, but I don't think my knee can hold up anymore. So
can you even straighten it?
I can over time. It just creaks when I do it. So yeah. So maybe let's not take Dad, but I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Take me.
You're young.
Yeah,
You
I'll
can
be
still
ready.
develop.
I'm playing that show. Watch me.
Either way, it's going to be fun. I haven't quite decided what we're doing for the draft yet. Broad Street Hockey's hosting an event. We may go to that. I don't know. We may just watch it from here. We may live stream. The draft's not till night, and it's on a Friday, so just be on the lookout. We usually release these things on Friday. We may not release it till the night or Saturday, so we can kind of do a draft recap next week. Because after that, it's camp, and the carnival and the caravans all start. So July starts getting busy. Get some hockey back because I'm bored. But that's it. What do you think?
We know you're bored, Dad.
Anything from you, kiddo?
But then you get mad at me when I try to hang out with you.
I never get mad when you hang out with me. I get mad when you stare at me and go, "What are we gonna do?"
Hi!
And that's an exaggeration. I'm just like, so. Say goodbye to everybody. Wish the Flyers luck in the draft. And
Go draft!
there you go. I'm sure Dan. I have faith in Danny in the scouting department. We have had some good drafts lately,
Yeah.
so we'll see how it goes.
Bye!